If you went to bed last night as an industrial company, you're going to wake up this morning as a software and analytics company. That was a quote from Jeff Immelt, Chairman and CEO of GE Company. Hi everyone, my name is Joe, and I will begin today talking to you about the strategic initiative that is GE Digital. To start things off, let's start out with a little agenda for today. First, I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about GE Digital and what is entailed within the strategic initiative itself. Then I will pass it off to a few of my colleagues, Kelly and Thomas, and they will talk to you a little more about the characteristics of the strategic initiative. Lastly, we'll pass it off to Quentin, who will begin talking to you about the implementation strategy of the strategic initiative that is GE Digital and how they plan to put this into effect. So what is GE Digital? GE Digital is a new strategic initiative of GE Company, and its goal is to develop and apply software applications to huge industrial machinery and operating assets. Its widespread innovative software capabilities will provide end users with a competitive advantage over the other firms in that industry. GE Digital developed an internet software platform called Predix to run all the various software applications for the different industry sectors that it is in and also that its customers are in. Products powered by Predix include GE Healthcare Cloud, Water and Power Insights, and Power Max. All of these products and software applications will not only increase the reliability and operational efficiency of the assets, but it will also allow GE to monitor asset performance measurements and network communication solutions.
Predictive analytics is a new technology that has recently been headlining the business world, and many companies are taking advantage of it, including GE. For years, companies have compiled data that has gone unused. Now they're realizing the value in that data and finding ways to create a competitive advantage from it. There are two types of data. Structured data includes information in spreadsheets, number files, and easy-to-read documents. Unstructured data could include emails, letters, and documents that aren't easily interpretable. Large amounts of structured and unstructured data come together to create big data, think way bigger than any Excel file that you could imagine. Focus has shifted to data-driven decisions. Years ago, big data was scary and too large for companies to use, but they are now taking advantage of it and making these data-driven decisions. Coded algorithms are used to quickly turn data into readable and understandable forms. Fortune 1000 companies are catching on, and more than half currently have CAOs, Chief Analytics Officers. Within the next 5 years, 100% of companies may have someone in this position. Predictive analytics is a new, smarter way of thinking, and companies have caught on. Those who have not are quickly falling behind. As Joe mentioned, GE has developed a predictive analytics called Predix. Predix is a strategic initiative that will transform the way that the company operates. They will soon be relying on data and the valuable information that they can gather from it. Many companies are using predictive analytics in their own way. GE is using it to better each of their services and industrial products. They will soon be able to predict when systems will fail, when they will need to be changed, updated, and exactly how they can be improved. This will allow them to be proactive. They can anticipate future events and issues and be ahead of anything major. That something major can be anything from an industrial-wide change to a simple performance breakdown.
Thanks, Kelly. As with any strategic initiative for an established business, GE Digital is contributing to the renewal of the company. Both predictive analytics and the industrial internet will be entering General Electric into a far more youthful and largely untapped business. Further, it is expanding their capabilities with technologies such as Current, which is a startup that combines energy hardware with digital intelligence. We firmly believe that these sort of developments allow this strategic initiative to provide longevity, improve innovation, drive high-quality performance, and increase output. Attributes such as this not only contribute to the renewal of the company, but they also make this a revolutionary strategic initiative. A revolutionary strategic initiative means that it is transformational, rather than a step-by-step incremental change to the company. As Joe and Kelly described, General Electric's Predix software and the industrial internet will be drastically altering the way information is gathered within the industry. A specific example of such a radical improvement is virtual doubles of wind turbines and even the human body, which are unprecedented technologies for anticipating potential problems. To further illustrate the degree to which this initiative changes the game, GE has conducted an extensive amount of market research. The company believes that the 46% of the global economy will benefit from the industrial internet, with 100% potential impact on energy production. A further 44% impact will be on energy consumption. These numbers clearly demonstrate how transformational this renewal of the company really is.
The first step in implementing this strategic initiative would be to develop the collection capabilities by incorporating an operating system called Predix that has the capabilities and the analytical components that are capable of analyzing the vast amounts of data that are present in each of the functions in GE. GE will develop software for each division to be used within the Predix platform that will apply to each different functional group specifically and to their operations. The final part of the first stage of implementation would be to evaluate the previous analytical models that GE has used in the past that Predix will be replacing. Once the collection capacity is in place, physical collection of data will take place, and sensors will be placed on individual various products, such as like jet engine turbines will be measured. We'll have sensors to measure their various operating metrics, and instances like that would be in every different functional group. The more sensors, the more data collection, and the more data collection, the more accurate the predictive analysis will be. In addition, the development of cloud-based networks will allow the sensors and the devices to communicate data between one another. Once the physical data is collected from the sensors placed in each functional group, the data will be analyzed and just continuously collected into a larger database. It'll take many years of collecting data before the capacity has reached enough, like a high enough level, so that the predictions become accurate and more accurate over time. The more and more accurate the predictions become over time, the easier it will be for GE to inform their customers when particular products are going to break down. For instance, that same jet turbine engine that had sensors on it will be continuously sending data via sensor through the Predix platform that will continuously be analyzed, and GE will be able to service it before it even breaks down. It's very important that this strategic initiative be implemented in a way that it'll help the plan achieve a functional fit within the company. A way to achieve this is to have an extremely high level of strategic manager involvement. Jeff Immelt was the one who actually came up with the idea and helped execute it throughout the process, and it's imperative that managers do this throughout the execution of the plan to make sure that it goes smoothly and it's not just talked about and it is actually done and implemented. The strategic initiative will also need to be implemented in a way that it'll affect a number of key attributes. Specifically, the selection of managers is very important since there's going to be a high level of management involvement. It's imperative that the managers selected know what they're doing and are selected properly. The development process of the plan, the stages that we talked about recently, are very important. You want to have a plan in place. The strategic planning as well is very important. And then information systems is a very big part of this implementation strategy. That attribute is going to need, since the plan requires such a high level of technology-based changes to be made within the company, information systems is an attribute that will 100% be affected. And then the functional policies of this implementation strategy will most definitely align with our strategic objective, which would be to smooth out our operating functions and basically make the company run as efficiently as possible. And we believe by implementing this strategic initiative properly, we'll be able to do so. Each aspect of the implementation strategy that we mentioned follows closely with the 7S model, which is strategy, structure, systems, shared values, skills, style, and staff. Following the 7S model closely will lead to an increased likelihood of a successful implementation. And now I'll send it back to Joe.
Thank you, Quentin. Now we'd like to move on and show you guys a little video about GE Digital and how their managers really stress this implementation strategy and how it is really going to create a new market and allow them to gain this competitive advantage through the implementation.
I like the annual report this year. I think it really does a great job of representing where GE is on our journey to really be a fantastic digital industrial company. What we're trying to do inside GE is really try to build a digital company inside an industrial company, and it's important. I mean, it's competitive, it's important, and it's working. And so I think we're always willing to disrupt ourselves if that's what it takes to be a really great company. Our products are now surrounded by sensors and controls that can pull a massive amount of data from a jet engine or from an MR scanner or from a gas turbine. We want to embrace both the physics of our product and the analytics, and we kind of say, why not us? So we've challenged ourselves to really lead this revolution in productivity that's taking place. Culture is an essential part of our strategy. I've got a team of frontline managers inside GE that are my advisors as we go through this. And I've asked them to write in the annual report this year kind of an essay on what their GE looks like. We did a lot in 2015. The portfolio actions, and first and foremost, the moves to really sell most of GE Capital, the Alstom acquisition, the sale of the appliance business, those are very tangible strategic moves. This year we talked about EPS growth, we talked about capital generated and return to investors, and so I think we really hit or surpassed all of our tangible goals in 2015, and it showed up on our stock price. You know, we had a good year of outperformance versus both the S&P 500 and the broader industrial index. Always the reason to own GE is going to be above peer group earnings growth and fantastic cash redeployment back to investors in the form of dividend and buyback. So you're going to be in the front seat of a lot of leading edge initiatives, but financially, we should be a bedrock stock in a volatile world.
To wrap things up today, I'd like to highlight a couple points that we've already made. One, the big issue with this strategic initiative is that it's creating a new market. GE has already designed its new product, GE Digital, to stretch across all different industries. The technology and the implementation strategy that they have really separates them and gives them a competitive advantage through their specific expertise. Secondly, it is really an imperfectly imitable resource. GE has separated itself from many other competitors in several different markets within numerous different industries. For this reason, the cost that it would take any other competitor to gain the expertise that GE has and to acquire the resources to implement GE Digital are so far out that it really gives them a competitive advantage. Lastly, the highly integrated implementation strategy is not going to be an easy thing for GE Digital to put in place. It's going to take a lot of effort from managers across different industry sectors, different divisional operating areas, and basically the entire effort of the company from a top-down perspective to get this strategy in full implementation. And the use of strategic alliances have played a big role. GE has partnered with many technology companies to gain expertise in their field, to develop their operating system, develop software platforms, and all of these different devices that they will need to enact their plan. In essence, GE is creating a new market. GE is innovating, and GE has created this product that they believe will push it forward into the future. Thank you all for watching.